Greetings, folks. Welcome to Magic Realm. We're going to start in about 10 minutes. I should probably bring the mic down close to my face, maybe a little bit. We're going to start about 10 minutes, 8:05 ish. So please just hang tight. I'll grab a drink or two and hopefully we'll have a nice, pleasant evening and play some Magic Realm. All right. Good evening. So get the text off of there. And let's start on this pleasant and quiet Wednesday. We are playing some Magic Realm. Just because the mood struck me. And and I've been playing a lot of games recently and realized that playing like a Paradox game or whatever, it's actually non-trivial for me to play like a Stellaris. Now, don't get me wrong, I play too fast. I put but it's non-trivial to play like a Stellaris and then try to watch chat and so on. Whereas Magic Realm, it's just a lot easier to just manage. So I was like, I haven't been on a little bit. So we'll get on non-trivial there. Hello, Nutmeg. So yeah, so I figured, we'll play Magic Realm, easy to watch chat, hang out. We'll get in a couple weeks. Hopefully we can get, 2 or 3 weeks in for sure. We're playing our standard 4-character quest game. And let's take a quick look at our participants tonight. So first we have excuse me. Jeez. Ooh, that was there you go. That was quite the yawn. First we have the Black Knight, one of my favorite characters. What's up, Michael? One of my favorite characters, the Black Knight. Heavy armor, shield, mace. He is the slayer of natives and of heavy trolls and heavy dragons. Can't gen up the strength to kill anything tremendous, and so we're going to be avoiding those creatures. His main starting sort of advantages are the mace, which he can swing at a time 3, so he can do heavy damage at a time 3, which is great for a lot of creatures and a lot of natives on the board, including his hated enemies, the guard. His main power aim is great if he can get a bow. Typically he's not getting a bow. What he is going to get is fear when he rolls the meeting table, and that's all the meeting tables. He rolls 1 die instead of 2. No one wants to mess with the Black Knight. I don't think they have any bows. I think the woods folk have all the bows. And so literally his option would be to go to the order and buy a crossbow if he wanted to take good use of aim. So typically he's not making great use of aim, but that fear is going to save him a lot of trouble as he deals with natives across the Magic Realm. So that's the Black Knight. That's our first character. He's got escort, and he's got the scholar heading to the chapel. He already has the scholar sort of in tow. Just has to get to the chapel. That's a long way, though, unfortunately. The chapel is all the way up here. And we are starting all the way down here. So that is quite the long haul. So we'll see. We'll see if he makes that or doesn't, right? He's got the cavern to get through in the meantime. So yeah. That is rough. That's a long haul. That is a long haul. And the board is sort of divided by the cavern. The board is divided in two pretty much by the cavern. So yeah, we'll see. We'll definitely see. But we got to make it through the cavern to get up to the northeast there. Second character is the elf. The elf is not one of my favorite characters. Ultimately, I feel that the elf was primarily designed as a PvP character. To use in the original game with no expansion spells, to use spells like Lost to confound the other players, and to make certain areas of the board, like the deep woods, for instance, traps for the enemies. What am I drinking? I am drinking sparkling water tonight. That's all. And it's strawberry bubbly, so it's fine. It's barely strawberry. Welcome, Dustin. The elf has. So I feel that the elf is sort of like, so if you're not doing PvP, I feel like, mix it with some vodka. There you go. I feel like the elf is not at a disadvantage because he's still a powerful character, but I feel like a lot of his magic chits can tend to go wasted. Now, expansion spells fix that in a lot of ways, and we went for full-on mobility. So I took Fleetfoot and Wisp Guide. So Fleetfoot is a type 3 gold, and mountain clearings cost 1 instead of 2 for a day. So, you know, he would cast this if he has something like Enter the Crag. Boom, cast Fleetfoot, march up into the crag. Each of these costs 1 instead of 2. That's sort of how we would roll. Similarly, we took Wisp Guide. Target can move on hidden paths or passages tomorrow, but not learn any of them. Done. His quests are Arsonist. He got the rogues at the inn, so we took it. So he's going to just score an easy VP just by, and get the rogues friendly. So that's sort of useful. That's a useful start. Happy Campers find the large campfire, and Goblin Slayer. I mean, he is not as good at ambush arching as the Woods Girl because he doesn't have as many move chits or fatigue, chits to fatigue. But if he has to kill a single goblin, then we think, Goblin Slayer is a good way to do that. It's thematic. He's an elf versus goblins. I think that works. So he took those 3 quests. But a pretty good start because he's going to start by just warning the rogues about the arson, and thus get his victory point there. Done. Third character is one of my favorites, but sort of a weird favorite. It's the dwarf. The dwarf is our big tremendous slayer here in this board, and he is just amazing with his axe flipped over to a 4. He plays a tremendous. Now, mind you, the best he can do is a tremendous 6, T6, but he can swing that axe for a T4 star damage. So that's pretty good. And of course he has the duck chit, and the duck chit is going to keep him safe against a lot of monsters he can find in the caves. He's going to be safe because that T3 duck is going to keep him from getting killed by trolls, by getting killed by tremendous dragons, and so on. Main issue the dwarf has is getting to the caves where he becomes almost godlike. He starts at the guardhouse, and he's got to make his way through the mountain, and the bandits are here. And he's got to make his way through the deep woods to get to the cavern. Now, the problem with the dwarf is if the cavern's a bust, the dwarf is sort of a bust. He also has a problem of finding dwellings to sell stuff to, because, again, he can only move twice in a given day. So that's just a lot of walking to get to where he needs to be. So very typically for the dwarf, I would try to get some money, try to hire the guard, and then have the guard sort of carry him, right? Because you can follow your native leader, and if your native leader is doing 4 moves, you can do 4 moves, etc. So that's very typical for the dwarf. The main problem is simply the board layout is not terrible for the dwarf. You'll notice that the borderland, the cavern, then has a short walk to Oak Woods and then through Nut Woods to the cave. So he does have a nice contingent chain of caves and caverns, but getting there and then getting out and getting to dwellings to then sell off is going to be a problem for him. So this is not a perfect board for the dwarf. It is a, let's call it like a B tier board, maybe an A tier or B tier board for the dwarf. Probably B tier board for the dwarf. He's got an early problem, and then, like I said, once he finds, you know, oh yeah, I have $60 worth of treasure in my pack. Well, good luck getting that treasure out to sell. Quests I took, and I kept Consult Demon, just because then if you find the altar, you find the shrine, it's B-. Yes, you could even say B-. You could even say this board is just on the cusp of okay for the dwarf. It's funny because, of course, and the main thing to keep in mind is all the boards that are good for the dwarf tend to be bad for other characters and vice versa. So this is when the dwarf's in, you have to compromise on the board. So I took Consult Demon because Consult Demon is a save you card, right? If you happen to stumble on the demon, it saves you. Now the problem for the dwarf is there are not a ton, like the main thing you're going to take this for is to get the demon lore to get the free spell, which is huge for someone like the dwarf who's not otherwise going to be able to score in the spell category. But man, there's not a lot of chits that I would convert for the dwarf. I would probably weirdly convert maybe something like this, the T5, you know, maybe a couple of these, the moves, which puts him in a bit of a shitty position, but then you would always use your duck, and you would always try to fatigue. So the problem would be if he needs to, so you got to keep this H6 in case he needs to double fatigue on one of these fights. So you've got to keep this. You would probably burn these two since they're both objectively worse than his duck chit. And we're not PvPing, and so normally that would be the problem is you would get rid of the only chits you can use in a PvP without them just literally smashing you on the helmet to death. So anyway, Consult Demon, Fan Club and Bury the Dead are both, I had to keep them because we converted cards at the beginning of the game. Bury the Dead is a loser for the dwarf. He's not going to run around the woods that often. He might check the Nut Woods, he might check the Maple Woods, but that's a lot of walking for the dwarf. I'm probably going to get rid of that as soon as possible. But Fan Club, the rogue appeared at right there at the Dark Valley, so that's a quick point, and so we're going to keep that one done. Finally, I picked the Sorcerer, and I thought, I've done the Sorcerer recently, so let me pick a custom character. And this character was made by John Hickman, Hickman, I believe. And it's the Necromancer. Now, I don't love this character because I think certain things are nonsensical about it. For instance, its necromancy skill technically doesn't make any sense. So bear with me. We're gonna house rule that's his necromancy power. As written, it's in black magic may use an SP phase to take one dead monster or native in his clearing as an animated corpse. Where there are no dead monsters in clearings during the day. So using an SP phase to take a dead monster, I mean, I suppose you could say the day after you killed a monster and do that. So that's a little bit of a dicey power. And without knowing the exact intention of the author, that's hard to adjudicate. So what we're doing is necromancy may use black magic to take a dead monster on his character card. So at the end of a day, monster is killed in his clearing. He's going to be able to burn a black. It's like he never played the game before. Burn a black and take that monster on your card. And later you can invoke black, and then that monster becomes a corpse for you with attack and defense +1, so a penalty. We're also using the nerfed drain life. So I haven't written that on the card yet, but the drain life spell is going to have a stipulation. If the spell does not intercept its target, it fails on a roll of 6, even if it hits. So this is to essentially nerf the Witch King's type 5 2-time spell. Drain life is an auto hit for him on most enemies, and in this case, if you auto hit and you don't intercept, so 33% chance it will kill. If it doesn't hit, doesn't intercept, it's going to fail on a roll of 6, so a 30% chance of failing. So otherwise, I took Ancient Pact, which is a summon, and Hypnotize, which allows you to draw a native out of their dwelling and hire them, and then every day when they roll a 6, they snap out of it and return. Done. And so the Necromancer has all types, all their chits are the same. They have 9 chits, which are type 5 times 6. So to use Drain Life, we are going to have to alert, typically 9 times out of 10. We're going to have to alert, and we're going to have to hope that we intercept or that we make the roll, etc. Otherwise, we're going to use Ancient Pact to summon goblins to take enemies off of us. We do have to pay a gold, though, so that sort of sucks for that spell. And otherwise, we have Hypnotize, and Hypnotize is going to let us essentially hire anybody we want out of a garrison. So we could take one of these guards, for instance, and just walk him right out of there. I'm not going to use that too much because it does have sort of a bit of a time limit on it. But in the sense that they only are hired for so long. However, having said that, if you find a bunch of monsters in, say, the mountains, there's nothing to say that we can't drag a guardsman out with us, etc. Now that spell might be a little OP, actually, since it doesn't actually, impact your relationship with the native group. But yeah. And with the optional rule, it is pretty darn powerful. So we'll see. We'll see if it needs a cut as well. So that's it. I'm sorry, I just talked for half an hour. And that's the basic setup for all the characters. The events we have, the riddle game. The riddle game appears when someone finds Dank, Ruins, or Bones W. And the riddle game is a knowledge check, a lore check. You fatigue any number of magic asterisks. You get 1 roll plus 1 for every 2 fatigued asterisks. If you roll a 1, 2, or 3, you answer the riddle. Done. Banditry, we take the top 3 rogues, put them on, in this case, Mountain 2. And you can kill them, you can negotiate with them, etc. And finally, there's an adventurer's corpse here in Cavern 3. First person to discover it gets a small treasure. If you drag the body back to a dwelling, you then also get a VP. Done. That's it. And we're ready to start. Well, not quite ready to start day 1, are we? Gosh darn it. I need to pull attention chits out. And, God darn it. We're using Witch King. Just because that's reasonably for the Necromancer, because that's a reasonable that's a reasonable facsimile of what he does. So whenever you see Witch King, it is indeed the Necromancer. Let's embiggen these a little bit. There we go. And then finally, we need to draw all roads lead back to Witch King. That is pretty true. And we're going to have black magic at the end of week 1, purple, gold, and then gray. And I think that's it. We did get a lot of natives out. We got the wood folk out. This is all because of card draws before the game. We also got a lot of visitors out the door as well. So pretty good stuff. Let's write our moves and figure out what's what. First is the Black Knight. The Black Knight has a long freaking way to go. So I do think he does have Thief. So the guards would be 1 and Snake Charmer. And I kept Snake Charmer because, again, it's a guard card. If he runs into a snake, boom, he can just charm it, walk away, be done with that encounter if he needs to. So I think we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, and we'll be hidden. We're not going to do too much today. I'm just going to move into the Nutwoods and be hidden, I think. And so that's going to be our day 1. The elf, well, the elf has to do his quest phase and roll on the meeting table. So I think we're going to hide because we do get an extra hide phase. We will do a quest phase to try to pop Arsonist. So we will convince the rogues. And then, I mean, theoretically, we'll be friendly with them if that works. So theoretically, we will be friendly with them. And so I suppose we're hidden. We've done a thing. I'll trade once. Do I want to hire? I mean, so that guy costs 2. So the chance of us, like, I mean, we can hire him, but it's going to be, this is the guy you want. Because, man, on the other side, he is incredible. But I doubt we're going to be able to have enough cash to hire that guy. So I will trade once just to see what is, and then we'll go 1, 2 to the Nutwoods, 2. So we'll just see what's in there. Done. The dwarf. So the dwarf we have to choose. We are fast enough to kill this guy pretty much outright. We are not fast enough to kill this guy outright. He's a little bit of a problem for us. And then this guy, we're not fast enough to kill, and he is somewhat dangerous. Now, we can deal with the bandits by bribing them. We can pay them. We can theoretically intimidate them. Now, keep in mind, if we intimidate them, the roll is actually pretty bad, because a 1 through 4 makes it happen. A 6 is they attack, and a 5 is nothing happens. They just stand off. So I think I think we're going to try to get past them. Now the problem with them being here is that moving to 5 is 2 move phases. We can only do 2 move phases a day at all. And so the problem is you end up in that position where you're either there and you have to hide, or you and hide and get up there, or you just move past and ignore the house. I would love to get to the house. I would love to get my buddy here because he would join the dwarf, and then maybe we just go in and just at that point kill these guys. So I think that's the decision. The decision is, do you try to get to the house? If you get to the house, maybe you try to take care of the bandits. You get to the house, you grab your guy, you and the guy come down off the hill. We trash talk the bandits, they trash talk us. Um, unfortunately, it's not a great fight in any case. Ooh, it's just not a great fight. So now do I have to bandits block anyone who enters a clearing that evening, resolve, blah. Yeah, I think we're just going to try to get past. So we're gonna hide. And then we're gonna move, and that'll put us into mountain 4. And we do just want to get to that damn cave if we can. Consult Demon Fan Club, Buried Dead. I mean, I'm loving none of those right now. 1, 2, 2 days, 3 days. We could get to the cavern on day 4 if we just run to it. With the problem that you got 3 quests which are sort of duds then at that point. So yeah, I don't want to fight these guys right now. So we're just going to try to get past. Done. And so that means we're going to hide 2 times because we might as well. I'm going to actually trade with the guard. And actually, I tell you what we're going to do. We are going to spend 1 full day. And so we're just going to trade. And done. And finally, the Necromancer. The Necromancer does not have to get out. He does treat ghosts as buddies and imps and demons. So we're not in that bad a shape. We do have Rescue, Dragon Slayer. I suppose if we committed to trying to shoot these guys down, we could alert some black magic and try to drain their life. With the caveat that, again, it still has a 30% chance of failing. Unless we hit them directly with an intercept. And none of these are great. Like, this guy can hit me and kill me. Yeah, so it's not a good fight for the Necromancer either. So I think we hold off on that as well. I think we just go 1, 2. We could get 3, 4 to here. We have to hide. So we're going to hide 1, 2, and then 3 and end up in there with them. Ugh. Yeah, I think we'll hide. Move. That'll take us to Bandit Land. Done. There you go. There's our day 1 written. Let's get a monster roll for day 1 and see what appear. Bats. It's bats. Fucking bats. Dwarf is first. Dwarf is going to hide 2 times and then move up past these guys. He fails once, succeeds the second time, ends up there. Flips these, and it's Ruins and Howl. So you do get all the damn bats. All the bats that are fit to print. 1 on the dwarf, and 2 in Howl 5. And that is our day. And the Necromancer could be dead in 1 day. The elf is going to hide with his free hide phase. He is hidden. He is going to quest with the rogues. He does have to roll. They're neutral with him. Excuse me. So they're neutral. We're looking for not block battle. Yeah, absolutely a success. So we have convinced them. We get 1 point. That's a trivial point. And the rogues are friendly. So, let me write my gold total down. The rogues are buddies. They're friends, not food. We don't get anything else, but that's enough. Oh, and we get fan club. So literally every we are going to trade with the rogues. Power gauntlets, fight age 4 doesn't suck, and that shielded lantern is great. We're going to roll on the shielded lantern just to see, but now we are friendly with the rogues. Let's take a quick. Oh, no deal. Okay, and that's done. And then the elf moves there, flips that. It is Bones W. Done. The necromancer goes. The necromancer's got to succeed on this hide. He doesn't, and goes 1, 2, 3 directly in there. And now he's going to take every bat, and he's dead pretty much. That would literally be that's a death. That's a death. But okay, that's fine. That's fine. That is fine. Okay. And finally, the Black Knight. The Black Knight is going to hide and then move up 3. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. The hide roll barely matters since we know nothing appears. We love bats. Bats are the worst. Okay, and done. We have 1 fight tonight, and we are going to resolve the banditry first. Obviously, we could do whatever. We're actually going to, because of what's happening here, I'm going to pay 10 gold and get the bandits. So we are literally going to pay all our gold, and we become Lord of the Bandits, like Lord of the Dance. So we have Rogue 4, 5, and 6. Rogue 4, 5, 6, like that. Done. And we're going to allow us to resolve that sort of ahead of time. And now we've got to fight. Now these guys are so dead. Like this is not going to work in any case, but we probably just lost a ton of fame or prowess as So I throw the gold at the bandits' feet. I'm like, no, come on, help me. And they're like, sure. Even though it's going to mean almost certain death. We've got to play that side for him. This guy is just absolutely dead. Like there's no winning this. The only way he can win it is by hitting on round 1. If he can intercept on round 1, he will hit that. Now, in the meantime, I am going to cast. I'm going to burn, and I'm going to cast Ancient Pact. Now, no one's on his sheet. That's why I did that. So no one's on the sheet. So I'm permitted to cast. That'll go off before, and since this is a summon, I can actually use him. And I did, because I have the enhanced a summoning, as it were. I can toss that guy directly on a sheet instantly. And so we're going to roll. If no goblins appear, you get a random one. Oh, I think I have to roll 2 dice just because. We do get an axe goblin, which sucks, but we do get one. I have to... Oh, I have to pay gold. I can't cast that spell. I cannot cast that spell. I spent all my gold. I'm not allowed to cast. Son of a bitch. Okay, well, we'll cast Drain Life then. So we'll give ourselves 2 shots to hit this guy. All right. So that is that is round 1. I probably should just flee. So, okay, so let's think about this. The other option is to just flee. If you just flee, then those guys will likely die, but you will escape to come back another day. You do have a 2/3 chance of hitting this guy, and you will kill him on round 1. You have a decent chance of killing this guy on round 1, and pretty much a 2/3 chance killing this guy, a 1/3 chance killing this guy on round 1. So the odds actually aren't terrible. The odds aren't terrible. This is where I get mentally stuck. I think we're gonna do it. I think we're doing it. Damn it. Now, mind you, if we don't and we don't kill any of them and they start killing our guys, then we're stuck because now they're going to be on us, and then we're dead. So this is a weird coup if we can get these guys to live. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do it. So, this bat goes to bats. This bat goes here. Does the bat flip? He does flip. I don't know that that super matters. Our archer does hit him. Missile roll. Oh God, it's a 6. So he's gonna kill him. He kills him. He doesn't do any damage. Done. We need a 1 or a 4 now. Nope, we get a 3. Now both of them miss, so that's good. Yeah, we're done. We're done. And this guy swings to the bottom. And it doesn't matter if he flips or not, really. But we all miss him. And he's going to kill this guy. So literally the worst round possibly you could have. And the necromancer is just dead. So he's dead on day 1. Use the guild power. Yeah, no kidding. So sure. Just because that is sort of crappy and not gonna, if this is day like 10 or something, then you just take it and go. But day 1, that sort of sucks. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna score -8 notoriety because we got all those guys killed. And we're going to say that we fled on round 1, just because that way. So strangely enough, the bandits are dealt with. I don't know if that actually counts. Let's take a look. No, yeah. So fine. So that just goes away, we'll say. The bats are still there. We literally hit none of them. Now, that was actually amazingly unlikely. We were very likely to well, 50-50 to kill the first bat, 2/3 to kill the third bat, 1/3 to kill. We killed none of them. And I was expecting a little bit of a trade-off. Like maybe we kill two and one guy dies, that whole thing. None of that happened. Done. So we fled. Our guys are dead. We lost 8 fame. We lost all of our gold. You don't get rare gameplay like this anyway. Thanks. So yeah, no, that sucked. Woohoo! In the meantime, the elf does get a card and he scores a point. I don't know what happened to my I don't know what I deleted to get. Oh, why is what is going on here? Hold, give me 1 second. Oh, I know what I see what I did. Give me 1 second. Why does it say Gmart? Gmart on my okay. That looks a little closer to what we got here. So we do have 1 point for the elf scoring his card, and he is done. And that's it. That's our day. A little bit of a shitty day for the necromancer, but yeah. Anyway, all right. It's day 2. We need to write some moves. So the Black Knight is pretty much just on his way as fast as he possibly can. Will probably hide and take to the deep woods. So hide, move into the deep woods. He'll end up, I think, at Deep Woods 5. The elf, looking for that large campfire, maybe. There's no terrible reason why. Obviously, we want to be in the deep woods, sort of. Like, that's going to help us. But maybe we check the Maple Woods real quick just to see. So maybe 1, 2, 3. So we're going to extra hide. I'm going to move into the Maple Woods. I am going to, I mean, that just gives us 1 extra phase, which doesn't do us any good. We'll hide twice just to see and get to Maple Woods 4. The dwarf, I mean, the dwarf is going to search once for that secret passage. He's going to hide, and then he's going to move into the deep woods as well. And the necromancer has to move back. So we move to the guardhouse. These guys are all dead. So we move to the guardhouse. We're going to hide, and we're going to move back to the baths. Now, if he fails 2 hides, we're going to take that. We're definitely going to take that as a sign that we should never have played the necromancer. Okay, so day 2. Let's get a monster roll. Is it going to be more bats? Are we going to get the 3rd set of bats? No, it's serpents and demons for the day. Done. Let's put these in, and then we draw. The dwarf is first. The dwarf's going to take a quick search. to see if he can roll a 1, 2, or 3. He does not. Don't blame yourself. It was John. It's John's terrible design. Then we're moving 1, 2. We don't get to Deepwoods 4. We get to there. Deepwoods 6. Sorry. And we fail the hide, which sort of sucks. We get smoke and the pool. Doesn't match well with your perfect system. Jeez, Name, you are laying the snark on thick tonight. Done and done. No, my point being with that design is it is actually not possible to adjudicate that necromancy power. So that's one where you go, whatever he wrote must have, like, obviously he had something in mind, and the question is, what was that? And I don't know because I can't ask him. So that's all. 1, 2, 3. The elf is going to end up there. They will roll and they fail a hide. So not a lot of hiding going on, but it is the small campfire. We do have a small campfire. It is going to appear in 4 with us, and the woodfolk would go there. But they've already been called out by another character to the house. Done. The necromancer goes here. He's going to hide 2 times. We need him to succeed one of these. He does. And then goes back in. So he can get out tomorrow, pretty much, is the idea. And then the Black Knight is going 1, 2, and 3, and he will try to be hidden. And he is hidden. Done. And that's it. That's our day. That was an uneventful day, too. I'm not snarking you, I promise. Sure you're not. Anyway. Okay, day 3. Day 3. So this is where it gets clunky for, say, the Black Knight, since he now has to march. So the dwarf does not like that pool. That swimming pool's a mess. Can the dwarf kill the octopus? Is the question. If you look at the octopus, L4, move 2, we can't auto hit him. But he doesn't auto hit us with our duck chit in play. All we have to play is an H. And I think the octopus is actually a weird auto kill for the dwarf. Because the dwarf is always going to, once the dwarf misses on round 1, then the dwarf's weapon is then the dwarf's weapon is alerted. So it's a time 4, and since it's longer than the octopus's length 0, we're always going to hit before we get tagged. So we don't have to super worry. The question is, do you want to try the pool, which is going to fatigue you a little bit, or do you want to get to the caves? Good question. Don't know off the top of my head. I would say maybe. But the Black Knight has to go in, and the Black Knight can only limp through the caves right now. So I do think we hide and move into the cavern and to see what's in there. The elf does not need the small campfire, needs a large campfire. Leave the octo alive. So the others, that's an interesting point, actually. It's a little passive PvP, really. Because he can't run from the octopus. If you fight, he has to kill it. And like I said, the octopus can't hit him. And really, so round 1, the great axe goes first because it's longer. So he would hit and kill it if that's the case. All he has to do is cover his move, and the octopus is an auto kill. The dwarf is a weird character because there are so many things that other people fear that he doesn't, like the tremendous troll. Dwarf doesn't care. octopus, the dwarf doesn't care. Of the tremendous killers, he is weirdly the one of the best, but then also one of the worst because again, all of his move restrictions, etc., sort of really hurt him. So if I am the elf, what am I trying to do? I am trying to get to I am trying to get to the house, frankly. So I am going to extra hide, move to Deep Woods 1, and then I'm going to do the enchant phase, the crappy enchant phase, and then a real enchant phase. That's going to put me in. So the reason is, so I went gold magic everywhere, and that's going to put me in a little bit of a bind because that'll put me in clearing 1, which isn't great. But I can move to 4. So I'm going to move and then move to 4. And then spell X and spell. So that'll put me exactly where I am now, sort of. But it'll put me in a gold clearing at the end of the day. We can cast. So for instance, I might cast Fleetfoot. Done. And so the elf is done. The dwarf, I mean, if Smoke M appears, he is going to get these guys. He can kill any one of those guys easily. The fact that there are 2 of them makes it a little bit shittier for him because he can start getting like gang tackled, right? Because against 1, he always has that weird, hey, you can always cover your move, etc. But against 2, he can be fighting 1 and the other one sort of gets the shot in. So he does ideally want to be hidden if he can. So I'm going to search once, then I'm going to hide once, then search once here. And then we're going to move and I do like your idea, by the way. I do. I think it's actually a really good idea. Leaving the octopus alive, but I am going to I'm going to search at least 1 time. Here's what I'm afraid of with the dwarf, and because this always freaking happens. I'm afraid that the dwarf is going to go here and find no treasure sites and then have to make the walk all the way to here only to not find treasure sites. Or you're going to find treasure sites here, but they're going to be something like high pass 5, some bullshit like the cairn in 5. And then that's a no-go for him because those mountain clearings take forever. So I'm not going to look this gift treasure site in the mouth. We're going to try to get it and get that, at least find it, but only maybe a day. I'm not going to spend too many. I want to see, but, and if the Black Knight's going through, which we don't know that for sure, but I don't think his intent would be too well hidden since he's beelining it for that place. Got a piece. Oh, have a good one, Nutmeg. Thanks for stopping by. So there we go. So we'll search once. Necromancer is going to get out of Dodge. Like there's no possible way we want to deal with that. So we're going to go 2 bats, maybe 1 bat, for sure. We could try to get them. We're going to go 1, 2. And we're trying to get Dragon Slayer and locate the vault and rescue, but rescue's bad for this. So we're going to go to Mountain 4. So we moved to Mountain 4. We're going to move to Deep Woods 1. Well, we'll hide. We'll move to Deep Woods 1. And then 6. I don't super love it. Again, you could. I mean, the necromancer could kill the tremendous octopus easily as well with his drain life, but it's not certain, and I don't know how I feel about that. He definitely needs some cash. His ancient pact spell is totally useless without money. Absolutely pointless. He could go back and hypnotize a guard, drag the guard out, be hidden, and try to kill these giant bats, literally let the guard lure one. The giant bats cannot kill the guard, so it will literally be, can you intercept in 2 rounds? About a 50-50 chance. 44%. What's up, Christian? Hey, what's up? Before we start, I should mention the cigar has expectations. It doesn't ask for much, just tribute. Silence during it lighting. And you... I do enjoy... I'm not a smoker, but I will say I enjoy a good cigar. I just can't help it. I don't know what it is. I enjoy a good pipe, too. I don't have one. But I had a friend who was way into pipes a long time ago. Unfortunately, I haven't talked to this guy in a long time. And so I would enjoy the smoking a pipe with him. And then I do enjoy a good cigar. Not sure what it is. I don't like the smell of smoke on you afterward. Like, weirdly enough, okay, this is dumb. Weirdly enough, the only times I tend to smoke cigar, the only recent times I've smoked cigars, I've been wearing like a sports jacket and dress shirt or whatever. So I hate the smell on my clothes afterward. It feels like the actual chance of us taking on... That could take us several days. You have a 50-50 chance of killing one with a guard. They can't harm the guard, so it's literally just, can you get the 1/3 chance in the 2 rolls you have? You can only hypnotize one guy at a time, so you can't take the whole crew with you, for instance. You could do it multiple days, but you could spend days going to try to kill those guys. At best, it's 9 prowess. You could put the rescue there, so that is true. If there was 1 bat, that would be a no-brainer. You would get that shit done. I'm going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. So what we're going to do is actually, we're not going to go there. We're going to actually, I'm going to move to the guardhouse. And I am going to hide three times just to make sure I'm hidden. And then at the end of the day, I'm going to pop rescue and put it on there. And what we're hoping is we do get lucky and get the kill. And if we get the kill, then we can pop a drain life and maybe hit the bat. And then once there's 1 bat, it becomes sort of trivial to get him killed if there's 2 of you. So we're going to see, because so we're heading back. Done. So that's my day. I'm sorry. That took a long time. I feel chatty tonight. I was sick earlier today. I feel a lot better. So spiders, imps. We got the dwarf going first again. And the dwarf is hiding and searching, I believe, right? Yeah, he just hides and searches. So let's hide. He is hidden. We're going to search 3 times. We're looking for a 4 or a 1. That's a fail. This is his second attempt. That was a success, and now it's a fail. Third attempt, fail. He finds nothing. He is done. The elf moves in after hiding. The hide really doesn't matter since we know nothing's appearing. He is hidden. And now we're going to do, he moves to 4. Oh, I can't move to 4. Well, darn it. That was dumb. I was thinking about the other side. So that's a failed move. And then he will enchant. So I'm going to actually put X's through there. Can I strike that through? No, I probably can't strike that through. I'll just put 2 X's to denote a bad move. We're going to enchant. We're going to burn a color and pair it with this magic chit there. And now we have flipped this bad boy. This is the one we have to be careful flipping. We're on 1. The dwarf is on 6. The Black Knight is on 5. We're on 1. He is on 6. The Black Knight is on 5. Now that's going to ruin the Black Knight's move, of course. But the elf doesn't care. The elf chortles and cackles. He goes back and he hides 3 times. Skulking. He fails once, of course. He does succeed a second time. And finally, the Black Knight moves. But that is going to just screw up because he cannot get into the cavern from where he's at. And so he is done. He hides. And then he doesn't hide, actually. He is unhidden. He and the scholar get lost in the deep woods as they turn to their magical side, and he gets an XXX. There you go, done. But no monsters appear. It is time for combat for our guy here. So with no one on him, he is going to cast and fatigue, and he is going to take him. And this spell is actually on hypnotize. That chit is on hypnotize. So we hypnotize him. He gets him for a day. And then at the end of that day, we're going to roll. And if we roll a 6, that breaks. But now we've got to roll now we've got to roll a right day 4, I should say. The Black Knight, a little pissed, by the way. The Black Knight's a little annoyed because that actually sets him back a whole day. He's going to hide and move to 4. Hide, move to 4. Done. The elf is pretty happy, aside from the fact, so he's not casting Fleetfoot tonight. He's not casting Fleetfoot tonight. What he's going to do, though, is he's going to cast. He is going to cast tonight. He's going to cast Wisp Guide. Oop, wrong guy. God damn it. So that previous night, he's going to have cast Wisp Guide. And so what Wisp Guide is going to do for him, he's going to have to fatigue that chit to cast it. I just put it here. The target can move on hidden passages, but not learn them. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and get to mountain 6. So extra hide, move, and move to mountain 6. Done. The dwarf, ooh, wow. Weirdly enough, the dwarf sees a weird opportunity. The dwarf is going to, with this new, his new information and this new position, he's going to move to Nutwoods 2. He is going to search to do his bury the dead. He's going to search to find the bones. And if he finds those bones, he's going to bring them right back to the dwelling, which is right next to him, which is a small campfire, because it doesn't say which dwelling to bring it to. It just says bring it to a dwelling. So if he brings it to a dwelling, he then gets to score, and he gets one of these things. Now, no one's at the dwelling, so he would probably weirdly take. I would probably say that you take something like take the 5 gold. That's an easy take. So I think we search 2 times. I mean, it barely matters, but I'm going to say, I mean, we could hide if we wanted to. We could move into Maple Woods. That would be a freebie because there's no need to hide there. I don't think it super matters. You're burning a phase one way or the other. So he'll hide before he does it. Well, actually, we'll move into the woods and then hide. We got a lot of folks here, so we don't want to be stuck. So, okay, the dwarf is done. Our guy now has a hypnotized buddy right here. So he's like, come with me. And the guard's like, yeah, man, I'll come with you. And so they're going to go, and he is going to, I'm going to hide twice. I am going to alert once, and we're going to move to the bats. And the reason we're going to alert is we're going to alert one of these to auto hit with drain life. And we're not going to necessarily use it right off the bat, but we're going to see how his fight goes. Remember, if we can ambush with drain life, theoretically, so we do have the opportunity to make a hide check and stay hidden. We might use it to prolong the fight. We might use it if the guardsman does kill the one guy, then we hit the second guy with it, so that if we get it down to 1 bat and 1 guardsman, then we're golden. Done. So I think we've got everything written. And it is what? It is day 4? Or is it day 5? It is just day 4. We are moving at a snail's pace, my friends. How are you doing, Christian? So now that we've written day 4, 2 serpents and demons. I don't know that anything appears. The dwarf goes first. The dwarf moves here. He's going to hide in there. He does. He searches 2 times. That's a failure. He needs a discover. Come on, discover. Discover card. Cashback. No, fails twice. Moves, hides, searches twice. He is done. We are going to hide the necromancer twice. He fails the first time. He fails the second time. Oh my God. I mean, again, you're just dead at that point. Because there's 2 guys. He'll take 2. And that's a 91% chance of success on that hide. Is there anything you can do? We do have, no, we have the alert. But there's going to be 2 bats on you. So he is dead. There literally is, I mean, he can take the 1 hit. So, all right, sure. So we walk in there, yeah, it's bad. I think this necromancer is he's against us. 1, 2, 3, and then we are hiding. And we do. And then the elf goes 1, 2, 3, 4. And hiding his extra hide, and he is hidden there. All right, let's do this fight. Let's this guy does get a bat on him. Done. We have 2 bats on us. That is a problem. And we are bound to get hit. Like, we're bound to get hit. If we get hit twice, we're sort of screwed. We are bound to get hit. Now, we did alert before we went in. So we do have that chit, and we can target a bat. It doesn't matter what move we play, we are going to get hit. So we're not even, we can play this move. We're going to get hit twice. Our hope is to kill this guy first. Now, we are medium as the necromancer, so we will take a serious wound. And if we can kill the bat once, like if we can kill the bat and take just a serious wound this round, we might have a chance. But that is not how this was supposed to go. This is the important, weirdly enough, this is the super critical one. Well, they're both critical. Because I really want this guy now to hit this thing and kill it so that he can take one of these bats off me next round. So I do need a 1 or a 4. I do get a 4. So the bat's going to line up. The guardsman will kill the bat. So that's 1 bat killed by the guardsman. Now, in my case, I mean, this barely matters where these guys end up. He's going to end up down there. Does the first bat flip? Yes. Does the second bat flip? No. So the nice thing is, so we do undercut this guy. We do hit him, but we also intercept him. So drain life does indeed hit. So we have to spend like that. I'm going to put this one on the bottom since we can't get that back. We can't get this back. We can, however, get this back and recover that. This bat dies before it gets to us because our weapon range is longer on round 1. This bat hits us and does a medium and does a wound. For serious wounds, I'd make a magic realm roll, and I have to wound 5 flippin' chits. I'm going to wound both moves because they don't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this actually, so now he draws him and lures him off of my sheet. So that's not bad. So we will survive this. And I'm going to let the guard hit him, I think, first. 1 or a 4? No, the bat goes down here. No chance. So then I'm going to have to try to shoot this damn thing. So we're going to fatigue again. This gives us a 2/3 chance of hitting the bat. And we do get a 1. So that means this guy hits him and kills him. Boom. So all that gets fatigued. So we're in a shitty way. We did get 9 prowess out of that. So we killed 3 bats for 9 prowess. Which weirdly enough puts us in the lead. which counteracts our -8 and puts us in the lead. Now, I'm not going to score that unless A, I get 10, or B, it's the end of the week. But if he has 1 prowess at the end of the week and he's in the lead, he is getting those freaking 2 points. he has deserve. Oh, and I did want to do rescue on those bats when I was out that night. I am going to retcon that because otherwise that is a shittier thing. So hold on. So we're going to roll a d6 plus 2. We get a 6. The top wood folk is there. And he is trapped by the bats, and we have rescued him. So I am going to score rescue. I do get him done. Captain becomes follower. I could take him to the house, get 10 gold, get a level of relation with the group. I might consider doing that. But I do get a point. And technically, this guy is still my follower. I'm going to roll to see if he remains my follower tomorrow. He does. He does. He sticks with me till tomorrow. This guy is ride or die. He's like, I love you, man. I love you. Done. You might not love me. I mean, I might just drop you off literally tomorrow because I can score. I don't score anything, but I will get 10 gold back. That 10 gold is going to allow me to. Now, arguably, the wood folk is better than summoning the goblins, frankly. So maybe not. Maybe I don't take him back. The problem with losing the gold is simply that you've lost it. It's gone. You have, right? I mean, you're now 10 gold away from getting into the positive to score. You can't, right? You're not going to score gold. So there are advantages to having the money so that you're not behind everybody else, 10. But from a firepower perspective, that bowman is way better. Woodsman, end of phase at the small campfire. No problem, boss. Now, mind you, I am gutted. This is the worst. I am exhausted. So yeah, so we need to think about that. Okay. So that's the end of the day in any case, and it is coming up on day 5 here. Put these back in the bucket, and then everybody gets to go. And then frankly, I think we're going to hide and move to the cavern like we originally intended for the Black Knight. I mean, the elf has made good time with his spells, but the whisk guide is done for the day. I am going to 1, 2, 3 to the house. We're going to extra hide, of course, move, and then move to the house. And then, I mean, I don't dislike the soldiers. I'm allied with the wood folk. I am going to maybe trade with the wood folk to see what they have. I should score fan club. Done. The dwarf. The dwarf has not found his wood. We're going to hide and search 3 times, try to get this damn wood found. Damn it. And then finally the necromancer, just gutted, just ridiculously injured. I don't. Oh, whoop. I mean, obviously we need to get to the small campfire. That is a little bit dicey simply because of all the mess here. 1, 2, 3. I mean, that's going to take 2 or 3 days to get us there. Oh, and I do have dead bats. So I'm going to burn this last chip, by the way. And I am going to take this bat that night onto my card. Just one bat, though. Just one. Just one. So as our necromancy, we get to raise a bat. Now, the bat's not a great buddy, but he is, you know, he is a buddy, right? He does give us one extra thing to take guys off of us. Now, the problem is we need to rest, and we need to rest several days. The only real thing that's going to appear here are bats. So, I mean, I have to say I'm just going to hide and rest 3 times. And we're just going to stick with that for now. And I have a bat and I have a woodfolk. And I have a guard today. At the end of the day, he's going to have to roll, of course. Done. But that's it. We got day 5 written. Let's check the monster roll for day 5, team. It is bats. Fudge. No. No. I hate this game. Okay. The dwarf is going to hide once. He didn't really care. He's fine. Now he has to search 3 times and roll. Discover. He fails once. He fails twice. By the way, if you're not paying attention, this is all, I guarantee you this is all just survivor bias or confirmation bias. When I roll to hide, I always get a 4 or a 1, succeeding in the discover check that I will never then roll 4s or 1s again the rest of the day. So the dwarf is hidden but does not find the bones. Done. The elf makes his way in. Is he hidden when he makes his way in? He is not hidden when he makes his way in. He does get to the house. He does score fan club. He does get the free buddy. Hey, what's up, Amanda? How are you? So fan club is scored. That is his 2nd point. He now gets pickpocket. End of phase with a rogue, a goblin, imp, or ogre. He steals from you and flees into a nearby clearing. I'm good. How are you doing today? I'm doing okay. I had a clunky night last night and did not sleep well, and so today I was just awful. Just had an awful, but I'm better. Hopefully I'll get to sleep. And we did trade with the woodfolk once, so let's see what they've got. Medium bow is not the worst. Oh God, the cloven hoof, so everything goes to shit. I'm definitely gonna roll in the quick boots. Just it's 8. I am allied with the woodfolk. I do have to add 1 to this because of the damn hoof. I roll a 7. Price times 4. Obviously, we're not buying the hoof or the boots for $9,000 or whatever they wanted. God, I'm gonna copy the cloven hoof and make sure we remember it because always good to know. So the dwarf went, the elf went, the necromancer just hides. Are we going to fail another critical hide roll? No, we do succeed. We then rest 3 times. So let's see what we need. I'm going to rest, and rest, frankly. And then I'm hidden. So 3 rests we did, and we get bats. We get all 3 bats. But we're hidden along with our crew here. So I am mostly okay with not dealing with that. I don't have any black magic. Done. So I don't think we fight them. And I'm going to have to roll to see if my guardsman leaves me, and he stays. So done. The Black Knight is going to hide and go into here. Is he hidden, though? Is he? He totally is not hidden. And he walks into the cavern, and he gets ruins and the lost flippin' city. The lost city is in 3, as it is. The dead adventurer died there, presumably. And now we've got 5 of these bad boys. We get the Horde in 6. And that's, you know, Roar in 6, Roar in 4. This is like Dragon Central. The Altar in 1, Patter in 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nothing's going to appear because it was bats, and all the bats are out. This is a decent tile, but dark and creepy. So done. We are not, I don't think we're fighting. Obviously, the guardsman could take one. The woodsman could shoot another one. I mean, I could remain hiding and let these guys go. The funny part is I could just let, you know what? We're gonna here's what I'm gonna do. We are gonna fight, but I'm going to have the guardsman lure one of them. They are all gonna end up on his sheet, but they can't hurt him because he is heavy and armored. They're medium, so it's just literally, and we will only bring him in if we think we can get something out of that. So a 1 or a 4 to kill this first bat, and we do get a 4, so that bat is going to die. That's round 1, and we're not going to flip them or anything. None of it matters. We're not coming out of hiding. That elf is not, that woods folk is not coming out of hiding. The guardsman is just out there with a big 2-handed sword. If he rolls a 1 or a 4, he kills a bat. If not, nope, that's 1 round. This is the second round. This will stalemate us, and we don't kill a bat. So we did stalemate after having killed 1 bat. So strangely enough, we get 3 more prowess. Bat. Bringing us to 4 and putting the necromancer well in the lead. Well in the lead. I like so far in the lead. 4 prowess. No one else has touched a monster. We are pure and pristine. Now it's day 6. And man. This is not in any way, shape, or form ideal. The Horde is actually dangerous because the Horde drags this guy in. We can't run from this guy. This guy does kill the Black Knight pretty much. Roar 4 does not bother me. That's this. We can run from this. We can kill this. It is literally just the Horde. And the goblins sort of suck too, but otherwise, I mean, we might just be stuck on this side of the board at this point if we can't get through the cavern. If you can get through the cavern, then you have the ruin, you have the ledges, you have the cliff and the crag available to you. Otherwise, he's stuck. So we do have to be a little bit careful here. You don't. I mean, if you roll dragons, you're sort of screwed, and if you're on 6, you're screwed. So we don't. We got to avoid that. If you roll trolls, you are semi screwed. These ones is not a big deal. The second one is going to kill you. So that is bad. So you literally don't want to end here unhidden in any way, shape, or form. Same thing with ruins. A 3 draws tons of goblins. Now you might be able to kill a set of goblins. So I think what that means to the Black Knight is he hides once and then he moves to 4. And we're just hoping to slink past. The elf does have to roll for the soldiers, though. That is a problem. At the end of the day, he's got to roll on the soldiers. The soldiers are neutral, but they are a little gripey because of the cloven hoof. We got a 5, so no deal. So they are not annoyed at us. So done. We definitely have to get out of here, though, I think. Pickpocket, Happy Camper, Goblin Slayer. I think we hide and move to Mountain 6. Done. The dwarf. Okay, I mean, the dwarf is thrilled. There's all this good stuff over there. Now, getting there is a bit of pain in the ass. So... Hide, search, search, search. You've totally boned this a little bit. We're gonna move to the guard. We are gonna hide. We are going to search, search. Or not search, search. Rest, rest. And we are done. And that is day 6 written. We do need a monster check. We get 5. So spiders and imps. That's good. That's going to be good for the Black Knight. The Black Knight moves to here. He could be hidden, he could not, but nothing's going to appear in the caves today. He is hidden. That does leave him tomorrow being able to, if he wants to, try to sprint through. Although, man, you picked a bad day to sprint through. So he is done. The dwarf is next. The dwarf is hiding and searching, of course. He fails his hide. Fails one search. Come on. Come on, confirmation bias. Nope, fails second search. Fails the third search, and he's done. That's 3 searches he had. Oh, this is infuriating. We're going to move back. We're going to hide for the guard, and we're going to rest 2 times. And then the elf is going to move to here, having been hidden. Done. That's the day. Nothing appears. It is dangerous day 7. We do have black magic, which is good. I think, what do we do? What do we do here? So we have black magic. That is good, because that means we can indeed pull our bat out. Oh, we have to roll. End of the day. Does this guy return to his guard? He does. So he does return to the guard. So that makes it harder to justify. But the end of day 7, we could cast hypnosis again. So if I hide and rest, that it's going to get me a few others out the door. We could then hypnotize the guard again the end of the day, and then day 8 go back into the bats. Although we'd have to fire a spell X and a spell. So we'll have one black chit turned. We will have only moved one of these back. And then what we'll do is we will consider day 8 trying to take those bats out. I don't know why we were just doing him first. So we need to run for it ish. If we get goblins, it's going to be axe goblins. Axe goblins aren't great, but they do, on this side, don't damage us. So we would just get wounded a bit. So I think we're going to make the run. We're going to go 1, 2 to the dead adventurer. So we're going to run, move, and move. 2, 3. Done. The elf doesn't know this passage, this path. So the elf is sort of stuck here for a moment. That was a little bit of a misthought. I suppose I could cast Wisp Guide that night, I suppose. Which does sort of burn me for that night, but then we can go 1, 2. Not a lot of good shit. So we're gonna go 1, hide and go 1, 2, 3, 4 to Deep Woods 3. Extra hide. We're gonna move, and move to Deep Woods 3, I believe. Let me check it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And then we can oh, Wisp Guide is not this. It is one of these, which is good, actually. That is actually helpful. I think I fatigued a 3 before as well, which sucks. So yeah, I can get. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously we can check here. Which I do think I want to do. At some point, the elf has to go into this cavern. Both Pickpocket and Goblin Slayer are in that cavern potentially. So we do want to get there. I just don't want to do it on a day 7, and I don't want to do it, and I can't do it just coming off the mountain because I don't have enough phases. So I think that's it for him. So day 7. It is the dwarf's turn. The dwarf, I mean, we're going to do the thing. Notice we've done this for 4 days. This is our 4th day. Done. Okay. Day 7, we roll 2 dice. Remember, monsters can return to the board. We get 2s and 3s. Oh, that's a little bit of a dicey one. Oh, and we got we do have the riddle game in here, and we should have really put that out here as well. So we'll let the dwarf try the riddle, I suppose, as well. But this day 7, we got 2 monster checks, 2s and 3s. The elf is going 1, 2, 3, 4. Could be hidden. Is not hidden. The 2s and 3s, we're going to get this guy. Done. The Black Knight, he's going to make the run up through. He is not hidden either. And we're going to get a lot of goblins all of a sudden. We're going to get a gaggle of spear goblins and a gaggle of axe goblins. Unfortunately, one of those gaggles is on top of us, and we are unhidden. So we face that music. Goblin music. We are going to hide rest. Flip one of these. We are hidden. The patrol shows up. The dwarf does hide. He fails to hide. He is now going to search 3 times. Once, twice. Fails it 3 times. Gets caught by the bones, by the ogres. So we do have a couple fights here. We'll deal with the Black Knight first, since his fight is probably the most dangerous right now. He's got 6 axe goblins on top of him. Now these axe goblins cannot get through his armor. I mean, they can wound him through the armor. On the flip side, they cannot destroy his armor. I am going to just play an M5 there. We're going to play, unfortunately, we have to play an H4 to keep me from not being automatically hit. I can only do that a couple rounds before we tire out. So though this is fine, it is not going to be fine for long. Do we slow play it this round because... So there's a 70% chance that the goblins stay on the correct side. That means there's a 49% chance that 2 packs of goblins stay on their side, and there's only a it's about 50%, so about a 35% chance that all 3 of them stay on the correct side. So it goes from 70 to 49 to about 35%. there's about a 65% that one of these three flips. It's okay if it's so I'm gonna slow play it. These guys, if they hit like this, are gonna do jack all. If they flip, they're gonna cause me trouble. So I am hoping for a 1 or a 4. I get a 1. So these guys switch. Does the first goblin flip? He does not. Second stack doesn't flip. That's good. Third stack does not flip. So nobody flips. It doesn't matter what these guys do. They do light star damage. They hit armor. That makes it light damage. And light damage through armor is ignored. It's only when you get medium or above that we care. So they all hit me. And then I kill this guy. So I am trying to, as long as possible, avoid having to play my H4 move. But again, I lucked out that round. There's only a 35% chance of that happening again this round, strangely enough, that no one flips. So we're going to go here. Again, it doesn't super matter what we play because we are counting on them not getting through this armor. And we'll try again this round. I would love for a 1 or a 4. We get a 5 this time, which sort of sucks. What it means is everybody swaps upward. 1, this guy swaps down to the bottom. So we're going to miss this round. Now we're looking to see who flips, if anyone. That guy doesn't. That second box doesn't. Does the third box flip? No. Again, no one flips. So very, very fortuitous. We miss and we go to that side. Okay. Okay. That means we're swinging at an H3, which is nice. Now, no one was hit. No one took any damage. That is one round where nothing happened. So we could stalemate this. If we don't fatigue, we could stalemate this. But we have to get super, super lucky. Again. Keeping in mind that if this guy flips, we do hit him because he will flip to this side. He will be at time 4. So we do have 2 chances to hit this guy. And our attack will go first, which is nice. Do we switch? Assuming that we're pressing our luck here, do we switch to the H4 to try to get a couple more rounds where we're not being hit until we can get it down to, because we still have 5 guys. There's still 5 guys here. We get it down to 4. Maybe it's a little bit of a better scene. Get it down to 3. Then 3 is okay. 3, I'm like, 3. You can take 1 hit around and be fine. But you do got to be a little bit lucky to kill the two in the 2 rounds that you're starting to fatigue. I'm going to say we are going to play just like this. And we are going to hope and not get hit. That's the goal. We're going to try to not get hit. So let's see where they end up. 1 or a 4 would be great. And we're going to get a 4. It tipped to a 4. I love it. That means that first guy is going to die. And he is going to die. We're going to kill him. He's not going to hit us. We kill him before he can get anything done. Does the second guy flip or not? He does. Okay. Does the third box flip? He does not. So he misses because we changed to our fast move chit. These guys also miss because we changed to our fast move chit. We do have to fatigue. We're going to fatigue the move M4. We did hit, which does swing that mace to its unalerted side, which sucks a tiny bit. So how do we play this is the question. How do we play this? So we're not going to hit this axe. The one axe goblin I care about right now is indeed this guy. I'm not going to hit him first because I can't play a fast enough fight. I could. If I were to play no move or the H6. If I were to just go all out and say, yep, I'm going to get hit by everybody, I could play an M3 and tag him. I could. And maybe that's the play, right? Maybe the play is we swap this out for this. But then you're hoping no one else flips, of course. We've been lucky with that so far, and I'm sort of waiting for the other goblin boot to drop. So that is the question. The question is, do you go all out fight, playing like this, with the thought is you're going to kill this guy first, no one else flips. If no one else flips, then you're sort of golden for a round or two. Sure. That's how we're going to play. We're going to play just like this. So, 1 or a 4 would be great. We get a 5 instead, which does unfortunately flip those guys up and everybody else down 1. Now you're hoping that first box for sure doesn't flip. They don't flip. Does the second box flip? They do not flip either. Does the third box flip? He does flip. Okay, so here's what happens. Our attack goes first and kills him. Done. These guys also hit us for light damage, which doesn't do anything. This guy hits us. He bangs the shield, damaging it, and does us a wound. There you go. I'm going to wound the M5. We have to fatigue a fight. We're going to fatigue a fight H5 because that doesn't matter one way or the other. Since we did hit, our weapon is unalerted. We now only have 3 goblins left, which is sort of nice. And we might just play the same way. Again, hoping for a 1 or a 4. We get a 1, so that's good. These two guys switch. Doesn't matter, of course. Does the first box flip? No. Second box flip? No. Third box flip? No. We're going to hit this guy before he hits us. These two guys hit us for light damage, which is nothing. We have to fatigue a fight. We're going to fatigue a fight M4. I am going to switch off. I'll switch to the fast move chit. 1 or a 4 would be great. That's going to be a 3. Yeah, it's going to be a 3. So yeah, these two guys are going to switch. So that's going to suck. Does the first guy flip? He does not. Does the second guy flip? He does not. So I fatigue this move, and everybody misses. My weapon does switch to the fast side, which is nice. We're just going to do this and this. I am going to... I mean, do we play one more round as fast as we possibly can, or do we try to slow play it? You could take 2 wounds if both boxes flipped. We'll keep fast playing it for one more round. 1 or a 4 would be great. We get a 5. That's going to suck. That's going to move him down 1 and down 1. So everybody's going to miss this round, which is sort of nice. Does that first box flip? It does not. Second box does. Okay. Everybody misses. We now have to fatigue this and pull this back. So now I'm just going to play like this and target the guy that can hurt me. Again, I don't care. 1 or a 4 would be great. We do get a 1. He flips down to the bottom. Does that first box flip? Doesn't matter. He does flip. We're going to kill him before he hits us for nothing. And we would like this last box to not flip, but it does. So he's going to destroy the shield, which sucks. That's actually the biggest loss. And we're going to have to wound another chip. And we are going to wound the fight M5. Because the fight H6 plays just the same as the fight M5. Since we did hit, we are sort of screwed there. We're going to play like this, though. Targeting that guy, of course. 1 or 4 to just finish this. No, we get a 3. He could not flip, and that'd be great. He doesn't flip. We're going to hit him first and kill him before he gets to us. We do have to fatigue a fight, and we're going to fatigue that fight. So a costly battle, in no matter what. We did lose 7 gold worth of money at the end. We still have our initial 10. We are going to have -7 at the very end. We lost a lot of fatigue and wounds, but we did score effectively 21 prowess. And that is going to put us in the lead for prowess, of course. And that is enough to actually count prowess. We'll give the necromancer his 1 point. But we do we have another battle? I think we do have another battle. The dwarf is up. So the Black Knight did great. I don't want to do that again anytime soon. But you know, we did at least get that fight done. Here we have 2 guys on our sheet. I don't think we're hidden. We're not hidden. We're going to play our duck chit, obviously, keeping in mind we do not have to. Round one especially, long weapons go first. I mean, these guys are not undangerous. We get a 1, so he flips down to there. Does the first ogre flip? No. Second ogre flip? No. Our weapon is longer. We're going to do H-star damage and kill that ogre. No one else hits. Second round. We do want to play just a slightly better version of this round. We will have to fatigue this round. We get a 3, which puts him down there. Does he flip? He doesn't flip. Everybody misses. We have to fatigue. We're going to fatigue the T6. Our weapon flips to its fast side, which is going to end this fight here, unless this guy flips. He effectively, though, cannot hit us, really. So he's going to go down there. Does he flip? He does not flip. We undercut him and kill him. That's 6 prowess for the dwarf. That's going to take the necromancer's points away, God damn it. The dwarf has 6. 6 beats 4. The dwarf takes his point, takes it away from the necromancer. And so the score at the end of week 1 is 2-2, 1-1. The Black Knight is basically lives off his, his prowess there. The dwarf gets his points off prowess. The elf and the necromancer off of their completed cards. And that's it. That's week 1. It was reasonably eventful, I would argue. I do want to take 5 minutes. So hang out, chat a bit. Ask me a dumb Magic Realm question when I get back. I'll answer them. But yeah, that's week 1. We do have to draw events. So we'll hold on. Let me, oh, and the dwarf gets to do the riddle game too. So let's do that before anything else. He has no magic, so he's just going to roll 3, 2, or 1. If he does, he completes the riddle. He doesn't roll a 3, 2, or 1. You are sent away empty-handed. Technically, I would argue that he can't. So yeah, he's done. He's sent away. The imp, go away. Done. I'll be back. I am back. It is quiet. You're all very quiet. You're disturbingly quiet. Presumably, we needed Nutmeg in here to just chat at me the whole time. So it is day 8, week 2, day 8. We do need 3 more. So the real game stays, but the dwarf has failed it, so he can't do it again. But other people could come to and to do it. Anywhere in the tile, the real game comes to you. So said sort of eventful week. The necromancer mostly died. Did kill some bats. Almost died a second time. Killed some bats. Fatigued to heck. Now at least he does have some recourse. Keeping in mind there are what, 2 bats in there? He's probably got to hypnotize again. But yeah, so okay, let's get our 3 events. Damsel in distress, that's going to pop at the horde. Lost shaman. The shaman used to be somewhere here. He is now lost. He's like, nope, I'm going walkabout. And then peril in the realm. I mean, that's not a very good one, but that's okay. Six. So we're going to go on day 13. We are going to get we're going to get 2 monster rolls. Again. And you can't get doubles. So that's not a huge one. It's just a and now we have the damsel at the horde. I mean, the Black Knight is sitting on a gob of possible VP. I just don't know that he's in a position to get it. 1 for Borderland, 4 is the shaman. Done. Okay. So there's a lot of points scrunched up in that middle of the board. The elf now has some goblins to shoot. We have seen what? We've seen 1 treasure location, 2, 3 treasure locations. Okay. What are we going to do on day 8? So the problem for the Black Knight is he's going to need to rest. Like, you're just going to have to rest somewhere. So you're not going to rest here. You're going to rest. You're going to go to the Oak Woods, I think. So move Oak Woods, and you're probably going to try to start resting. Done. The elf, I mean, has a couple things he could do. He could pop into the high pass to see what's there, or he can try to, because it's worth 2 points to touch those goblins. Those goblins will not only will they pickpocket him, but he can fight one. So end of phase with a rogue goblin imp or ogre. Oh, I should have done it already. He steals from you and flees into a nearby clear. Oh no, that was the dwarf. Steals from you, flees into a nearby clearing. You follow. Move yourself and a top Dennis into an adjacent empty clearing. Perform a speed check. So you're not even. Hey, what's up, Michael? Good night, man. A speed check is like the magic chits. You fatigue the chits. Here, you burn equal to or less than speed to catch that guy. And when you do that, you then get rolls to catch him. If you fail, he returns, you roll and lose that much gold. If you succeed, you catch the miscreant and must fight him to defeat him. Now, the only problem with that is that is an expensive check. It won't hurt him, but that's an expensive check speed-wise. I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to spend 1 day. So I'm going to extra hide. I am going to rest to get some chits back here. And then I am going to move into the high paths. Done. And then we will, because we have a buddy, by the way. Oh, and we have a buddy. My buddy and me. So we're going to end up here just to see what's in there. Then we're going to come back. The dwarf, oh my God. He is, this is the most clunkiest 5 gold that we've gotten. I'm a little pissed because this is definitely the sunk cost fallacy playing out right here. So I think that night, with the night of day 7, we're going to cast Hypnotize again. Oh, that one fatigued, by the way, because it wore off. We're going to cast on the guard. That night. The next day, 2 hides, a rest, and a move to the bats. Done. That's it. Day 8 is ready to roll. Let's get a monster check. It's a 3. More goblins. That can't be good. 1, 2, 3, and 4. The elf's going to go. The elf is going to move their way into there. Now, they will hide, of course, and they're going to rest 2 times. We're probably going to bring back 2 golds. Let's check the hide. We are very hidden. Smoke and the lair in 3. Ooh, okay, well, there you go. Not great for anyone but the dwarf, really. The Black Knight ran. He just went 1, 2, done. Because he's got to probably get himself rested. Ah, crap. It's ruins. It's the exact same fight as goblins, except way clunkier now that he's so injured. Yeah, this one's a problem. I do not have the ability to fatigue anything like I did before. Oh, okay. That's fine. Fine. That's fine. The dwarf hides. He actually didn't need to hide. Searches. Finds it. Done. Okay, and he is done. And now the necromancer with his trusty guide here, he's going to hide twice. He is going to rest a chit. Gonna walk on up, and he does. And nothing else appears. And we have 2 fights. I suppose we do the Black Knight. It's the one I'm really worried about. And it's pretty much the same fight. He needs nobody to flip. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. That was... He rolls a 5. That ain't going to cut it. So this rolls on up. These guys roll on down. No flipping. No flipping. No flipping. We do get that to flip over, so that's good. And I think they're all M44s. Oh, we should be Oh, okay. I have to pay attention. Hold on. Hold on. That is not okay. I have to play my 5 here. Because these guys are 5s. I wasn't thinking. So we should put these all in here. If they flip, they become pointless. Done and done. Okay. So what you would do is you would target... So you are targeting one of them every time until someone flips over. There's 3 of them, though, so that's a problem. So you can't have them... You can't have them all in a box either. Because you're trying to get one... You're trying to get... So you probably have to play something like that. So we played that entirely wrong the first round. This round we play probably something like this. We again get a 5, so that's going to suck a little bit. Because those guys are all going to hit us. So we actually need that box to flip now, weirdly. And it does, so that's good. So they hit us for light damage through the armor, and that doesn't do anything. The second box flips, that's a problem. Oh, he hits us for light damage. That doesn't do anything. The third box flips. That's a problem. We're going to take 3 wounds. So yeah, I mean, we just don't have... we don't have it. So 1, 2, 3. We do kill this guy because he flipped. Our weapon's like that now. I mean, yeah, we are absolutely screwed. So the Black Knight's going to die today. They're going to flip all up here. These guys go down. These guys go down. You're hoping that first box flips to its non... It doesn't. We take another 3 wounds, and the Black Knight is no more. We do kill 1 wolf. for 2 points, I believe. No, 1 point. He ends with 22 prowess. But he's going to take, of course, the -2. And he is going to end dead. And you just ended up in a bad way. That's all. You just ended up. One of those battles is fine. 2 of them in close succession is not fine. Oops. Not sure exactly what. I must have hit Alt-Tab and Discorded or something. Why is Discord still up? But he's dead. Always feel bad when a character dies. Feel like I've steered you wrong. But that will make that go faster. So he is dead. We do have another battle down here somewhere. Oh, it's the bats. 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 Okay. So we do have a buddy here. And the buddy is going to lure the monsters. And we're just going to sort of hang out. He's going to target the top. When we need a 1 or a 4 to kill a bat, we get a 1, that bat's going to die. And then we can deploy. So I can actually deploy. I can lure him and then deploy. So make him the target. He goes on that side like that. The bat ends up in 3, so he shifts down. Doesn't matter if he flips. The bowman gets a missile roll. A 4. What is that? -1 level. Unfortunately, -1 level is medium damage, not enough. So the bat is not killed this round. It is round 2. This will stalemate if he doesn't, but someone's going to kill him, either this guy or this guy. So we do get 2 more bats. We are literally the bat scourge. That is 6 more prowess for 10. That does shift points around. And now the score's 0-2 and 0-2. And we have cleared the bats out. Does this guy, at the end of the day, does the guard leave our service? He does not. His hypnosis does not wear off. It's day 9. So for day 9, what is the elf going to do? The elf's going to come down 1, 2, 3. So he's going to hide. He's going to move into the deep woods. That does leave him 1 more phase. And he's going to rest. And he's going to go in and try to do the Goblin Slayer pickpocket thing. The dwarf with his bones is going to move 1, 2 to the small campfire. So he move to the small camp. He is going to rest. He is going to rest once. to get some chits back. A chit back. He is going to oh my god. I mean, I suppose you hide just because you can. Done. The dwarf will score his first card today. Finally, the necromancer. I mean, so the cloven hoof is really shitty for. By the way, the cloven hoof becomes really bad for drain life now. Because if you don't intercept, you now have a really bad chance. Not a 30% chance, but a 6. The chance of rolling a 6 is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 in 36. So it's a quarter, effectively. Add 7 and 30, it's 16 and 36. So it's 8/18. It is 4/9. So your chance becomes 44.44 of failing the check. It's still better. It's a coin flip. But he could always have undead out the door without spending anything. And that would be sort of nice. So something to consider. Now, having said that, what does he need to do? He needs to locate the vault, slay a dragon. Needs to rest still. So we're going to rest and then spell X. Like that. We don't need to hide. All the bats are dead. So we already know that. So that's it. We're going to rest, spell X, spell a couple times. Let's roll for day 9. Day 9 is going to be dragons. He's going to rest and pull this back. He's going to pull 2 of those. Done. That's his day, though. The elf comes back down. He is going to rest. He is going to hopefully be hidden. He is not hidden. He is going to draw 2 dragons, 2 flyers. Done. And the dwarf goes 1, 2. Rest that one. He will theoretically be. Is that the large campfire or the small campfire? That's the small campfire. So no one appears there. He rests. He is going to score Bury Your Dead. So that is a card point for the dwarf. I think he takes the 5 gold, giving him 15 gold. He takes the gold tooth, effectively. He gets natives arrive. He will take the company at the inn. There you go. He gets to draw another card. He gets Delver. Now that's what he wants. End a phase in Caves 3 and Cavern 3. I mean, it is time for him to get his ass to the caves, right? Like that is, it has been time. So he is done. He also is winning gold, the dwarf, which fitting. And so the dwarf takes the lead on day 9. Writing day 10 for the elf. Oh, the elf has to fight. Is the elf going to fight? No, the elf is going to have to flee, which he can. He can flee to there. And he will. And then, so he needs to move to 1. First thing. Extra hide phase. That is going to make his life a little tougher to get into the cavern. So I think we are going to have to. He moves out. We're going to rest again, right? So that's his hide. 2 moves. He is going to hide again and then move back to the dragons. Done. I think the dwarf hides twice, alerts, moves into the pool. Done. And the necromancer wants a piece of those dragons. So I think he hides once, alerts once, and then moves to the dragons. And that's his day 10. We need a monster roll for day 10. It is dragons again. More dragons. More and more dragons. The elf is moving out. The elf is going to hide. He does. He moves back in. He rests this as well. He is hidden. Smoke M is not going to draw any more dragons today. And so that's it. Done. The dwarf is going to hide. He does. Goes here. These dragons prowl to the dwarf. Oh, that's a problem for the dwarf. But the dwarf is hidden, so that's good. Now the necromancer comes in. Hidden. Moves to and alerts, of course, one of his, the fateful shit there. And the dragons prowl back because no one, they don't find anyone to block. They keep coming to movement. There's no one there. And so we have 2 battles. All of our characters are engaged in battle tonight. We'll do this fight first. We have 2 dragons. I don't think so these dragons can kill our guy. Like we don't get anything for free here. These guys can and will kill this dude. In fact, this is a bad fight for our dude. Our dude dies with these dragons. So I don't think anyone wants to lure the dragons. I think the dragons are just being targeted by our ambushers here. The elf will target 1. Our necromancer will target the second one. That is an auto hit right there. And we fatigue. Done. So I actually think maybe beginning, we burn one of these. We'll put the bat out there, and the bat's going to lure. We're going to deploy. So the bat is the target. The archer will go. He'll go. And then I will shoot. Done, done, and done. Everybody's taking their shot at this thing. The bat's the target. We get a 5, and so he flips down to there. Does the dragon flip? Yes. Okay. We're going to roll for both sides of this battle. The bat goes down to the bottom. These guys switch. Does the bat flip? No. Does the guardsman flip? He does, since we deployed. Does the elf flip? No. My weapon is longest. It's a spell. I shoot first, and I hit with a ×0. Because I did not intercept him, I do have to roll. And if I roll a 6, I don't kill him. But I roll a 1, and I do kill him. And we get to rest 2. That can't have been, because we needed to burn a black. So we burned a black and we burned the attack. We got 1 chit back. And we'll do 2, 3, just because he's heavy. So we did hit him. Wait, are there? Oh, right. That's just over here. Done. The elf's going to take a shot. The elf's hidden still, right? He's going to take a shot. He's going to ready the bow, of course. He's going to shoot with whatever. He will hit. It really just comes down to this missile roll. And he rolls a 4, which is not enough to kill him. So does the elf become unhidden? No. Does the necromancer become unhidden? No. But the necromancer's dudes are all unhidden. And so he's going to go over here. We're going to play it the same way. We're going to lure with somebody, and then the bat will deploy last. The bat is going to be what is sort of on the sheet. You know, he's on the bat's sheet. The elf is going to take his shot, of course, like that. He goes down to the bottom. Does he flip? He doesn't flip. What about the bats and everybody else? The bat stays put. We all stay put. So he's going to miss the bat, so that's nice. These guys hit at the same time. Does our woodsman kill him? He does, potentially, because he scores a +1 damage. That means he does medium with 2 stars, which is enough. Medium star damage, which is enough to kill the heavy dude. Does... No. So we get that kill. The elf is left without a kill. It's fine. We just wanted to open that up. Hey, what's up, Scott? How are you, man? So we have 2 flying dragons. We are closing in on the Black Knight's death total. We are not quite there. We do have to roll at the end of the day. The guardsman remains hypnotized today. the bat returns to the card. He will need to be called again. It's the dwarf on the octopus. Okay, so the dwarf is hidden. The dwarf readies his axe. He will play a tremendous. Rolling a 1 or a 4 just ends this right now. We roll a 5 because it was a 1. Do you see that? You see that? Lucky because still working from home. Hello, Rob. How are you? Scott, we do have to finish our game. I just don't know when yet. We are going to play Saturday. I think my wife is taking her brother to the baseball game. And I'm going to game because I'm selfish. So we miss. Done. Now the dwarf plays like this. And that was round 1. This is round 2. We still need a 1 or a 4, else is stalemates. We don't get it. And no one hits anybody, and we are done. But we do have to fatigue one. That is just the way that it goes. And we're going to fatigue this move. The dwarf can fatigue all the moves he wants because none of them are better, unless you're doing PvP. Because none of them are better than that chit, the duck chit. Done. So that's it. That is the day. And we're blowing through. It's day 11 here. Oh, the Necromancer did score, by the way, because he did kill, right? 2 dragons. So he gets Dragon Slayer. Oh, he did fatigue. You're absolutely correct. You're right. I wasn't paying attention. So we are still in that fight. Unfortunately, that's probably for the best. So we fatigued, so now we're back. It's round 3. And we have to play like this every time. So there's no... It's literally we either fatigue or we roll a 1 or a 4. Because he can't hit us without coming under fire here. So he misses us again. We're going to fatigue again. We'll do this one. That's 2. Next round. Yep. Fatigue again. Next round. Yep. Fatigue again. This does get a little silly. Next round. Hey. Hey, finally. We do fatigue again. And that sucked a little bit. But we do kill the octopus. Thank you for pointing that out, Rob. I do appreciate that. The catch. We now have 14 prowess. Still in 3rd place in prowess behind the dead Black Knight, unfortunately. There we go. But we do now have to write day 11. Like we don't give the dwarf his extra rest phase because his power is slightly better than it was, I think. Give me 1 second, actually. Yeah, he just gets an extra phase in caves done. Yeah, so he is generally better. Okay, so day 11 for the elf. How is the elf doing? I think we're okay. The elf is going to extra hide. He is going to hide, and then he's going to move into the goblins. He doesn't super need to do any of that, really, because of the pickpocket. He will be moved out, but just in case, we want to make sure we're not that we're potentially hidden. The dwarf needs to get his ass to these to the although I don't want to go fight the goblins. That's actually not a good fight for the dwarf. Good question. Good question. What do you do? And I would love to get in there. Obviously, the damsel is good. The dead adventure, like this is all dwarf central right here, right? And this is perfect for him. You will have to get past these guys. I am going to Smoke M's not going to bring anything else. The pool is dead. So we are going to search twice in hopes of finding these paths. And then we're just going to move twice to 5, though. We're going to assume we don't find them. Done. Hey, what's up, Arthur? How are you? Good to see you. Hope let's get some chat up in here. Like, Nutmeg was here. He was talking. It sort of fell off. Let's get a little bit of yammering here. Now the necromancer. What state is he in? So the problem with him is just that. What state is this dude in? We did complete Dragon Slayer. We do get another quest. He gets Gambler. And we were both too tired to sleep. Gambler, locate the vault, or Woodsman. Woodsman is the large campfire. He could also do, I've been here the whole time just in meetings. Meetings are done now. We could do the Deep Woods. I mean, we could do the riddle game because he can score the riddle game. He could do the riddle game and then the gambler. In the end, at the end. There's no specific reason to go in those caves right away. Been a crazy 2 weeks. Yeah, I know. Absolutely. Absolutely. I do also want to get to a visitor, which I suppose is back. What happens if I get to the visitor? I do get some kind of potion, effectively. Dragon's teeth, dragon's scales. Take control of one dragon, which would be good. That's nice. Well, thanks, Rob. I do appreciate it. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a rough couple weeks. I do have some family coming in the end of this week. I have a little bit of a medical thing to get done next week, so there'll be a few days off, I think. I and we do have the, oh, we have the camp too. Jesus. Okay. I think we're just going to move to Deep Woods 2. We just move to Deep Woods 2. Done. We've got a lot of shit to do here. What day is it? It is day 11, I believe, right? Yep. Let's get it done. Stock up on hidden booze. 3 ogres, wolves, goblins, octopus, dwarf, necromancer, elf. The dwarf, 2 copies of it yet to play. I also own 2 copies. I play it all the time. Mostly on here because it's just so much easier. So we're going to search twice and then move. We need a 1, 2, or 3 to find these paths. Nope. No. And then we move to here. Done. Dwarf is done. This guy goes 1, 2, 3, 4. He is done. And the elf does a little hidey bit. He does a hidey bit. He then moves into the goblins. Haha. Now, what happens is his pickpocket goes off. And any phase with a rogue, goblin, imp, or ogre, he steals from you and flees into a nearby clearing, and you follow. Move yourself and the top denizen to an adjacent clearing, to which he will move that direction. 2, 2, 1, not to touch, 1 to play. Tabletop makes a good game like this much better. Yeah, I do appreciate Tabletop Sim for that. We then need to do a speed check, which means we need to fatigue asterisks that are faster than him or equal to him, which he's a 3. So we do those 2. Now we get 2 rolls, and if we roll a 3, 2, or 1 on either roll, we catch him, and if we don't, he gets away. There you go, caught. And now we fight him. End of the day, now we fight. We must fight him and defeat him, and we will fight him and defeat him. We'll ready the bow. Done. We'll play this. We're going to assume that we're hidden, of course. I mean, we can catch him hidden. We're an elf, for God's sake. Where does he end up? He ends up here. Does he flip? That's sort of important. He does not flip. And what is our bow roll? It's a 3. That's going to be enough to slay that goblin. We're going to get 1 point, 1 prowess. Which puts the elf on the prowess board. Woo! With 1. With 1. But he scores pickpocket. You do score 1 VP, gain his prowess value plus 5. So that is going to be 6. I'll write that down. So that gives him 6 prowess. So okay, it's a little bit of a number now. It's not a jokey number anymore. And you gain 2d6 gold. Uh, 10 gold. Oh, that's a winner right there. So the elf pops 20 gold. So done. We also score Goblin Slayer. So we do get Pickpocket. And we get Goblin Slayer. That's 2 cards. And the elf now has 4 cards. He is winning gold. And he can return to a visitor if he wants to. to turn that in for $5. It's a little silly, but he could turn it into a visitor for 5. But in the meantime, he's got $20. Can you ambush with a sword like the swordsman, for instance? Well, no, you don't ambush with a sword. Your first round you're hidden, so nothing's on your sheet. So you're allowed to target him. You can get the weapon ready because nothing's on your sheet. You can target him with nothing being on your sheet. You get to do the whole first round without being attacked. But as soon as you do a melee attack, you are unhidden. And then the next round, everything's on your sheet just like normal. Ambush, that's the same thing with a bow. Ambush is just the optional rule that allows you to hide at the end of a round you attack with a bow or a single target spell to remain hidden. So you cannot ambush with a sword. You still can get a free attack with a sword, and that is different than in Dragon's Down, but you can still get a free attack with a sword, but as soon as you attack with a sword, you become unhidden. You cannot remain hidden with a sword or a melee weapon. No, you cannot. So we got 2 cards to draw. Black Source, that's pointless. Dwarven Smith in the Lost Castle. I mean, the Dwarven Smith is actually pretty intriguing. If you can take him to the house or the guardhouse, you get a VP and he upgrades your weapon. That would be amazing, for instance, because we would just do sharp on the bow's alerted side. And that would mean he would have light and 3 stars, and that would be incredible. The problem is getting the Dwarven Smith back to the house or the guardhouse. If the Lost Castle was in the mountains, it would be a no-brainer. But he is invariably going to be somewhere over here or in the crag now. And that is going to take forever to get back. And we did not take... This is where a spell like Veil Walker would have been ace for the elf. I didn't take it this time. I'm like, well, I'll take Fleetfoot and I'll take the Wisp Guide, and that'll be good. And it was. But Veil Walker right here would allow you to find that lost castle, just drop back to the house. That would be incredible right now. I think we're done for the day, though. I think we're done for the day. I think we need a day 12 going. Magic carpets, I mean, also doable because he could enchant the mountain. Say, he could enchant the cliff or the crowd, right? So yes, he could make do with the magic carpet. The problem with the magic carpet for him is that it's medium, and so to carry it, he is in peril. He would literally have to spend his time enchanting purple everywhere. He would enchant with gold, of course, but he would enchant all those tiles to get purple in it so that he could fly around with the magic carpet. So let's see. What does the dwarf want to do? The dwarf wants to get to Deep Woods. Deep Woods 1. The elf... No, the elf does not remember secret paths or passages when he uses Wisp Guide. So I don't like any of those. I don't like any of those options. But There's no necessary reason that he cannot. I mean, he could make his way through. He could. This is a rough map. This is a rough map. It's one of those where I made a bunch of maps and said, well, this is okay for the dwarf, and it was until someone enchanted. Until the elf enchanted the deep woods. Then it became shitty for the dwarf because the dwarf was stuck on the wrong end of the deep woods. And he just has to literally walk the entire way through, which is sort of clunky. So I suppose the elf. So, I mean, that's my, what do we want to do? What do we want to do? I think the elf might want to try the damsel. He might want to try the dead adventurer. He does hate being stuck in the caves. That is not okay. He might just go to the pool. He might just go to the pool. Like, you might just go, well, I'm going to get that pool looted. At least I'm close to the inn, right? And we are friends with the rogues. But you're not getting Happy Camper that way, and you're not getting the dwarf that way. But I don't think we get the dwarf anyway. I think the dwarf is the dwarf Smith is a lost cause. I don't think. That's actually, you know what? That's not a bad saying. That I should put that on a cup. When in doubt, loot, loot, loot. So let's say that night he is going to cast Wisp Guide again that night, so that on day 12 he can go 1 to the deep woods, to the pool, hide, move to the pool. Yeah, I just don't want to deal with all that. Like, I don't want to be shipping cups to people and shit. Like, that sounds awful. I would also need like a channel logo that's not just outright stolen from Magic Realm. So we're going to go to the pool. We're going to move to the pool. I'm going to rest twice and search once. I'm going to burn Black Source right now. I'm going to take the other card. End of day, I can flip that. Done. The dwarf is going to move to 1. He's going to move to 3 first. Search twice. Move to 1. Done. And the Necromancer is going to move to the small camp. And then move to the imp, effectively, right? So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to move to Nutwoods 2. Done. And that's it. We are ready to roll this. We get dragons again. I don't know if anything's going to show up with where we're at. The elf goes 1. Obviously, he's hiding. We'll roll his hide right here. He is. He's going to rest 2 times because we do want our fast moves, and we are going to search once, looking for a discover. And we get it. So the elf finds the pool. The dwarf goes 1, 2, but he will search twice while he's in 3, looking for those secret paths. He needs a 3, a 2, or a 1. He doesn't get it either time. He is done. The necromancer goes 1, 2. That will clear woodsman. Oop, wrong guy. Wrong guy. That will clear woodsman. And now he's going to go 3, 4. And now he has to test against the imp. He will fatigue 1, 2 of these. And just take 2 rolls. We're not going to take... So we're going to get lucky here. 1's 2... Nope, that's 1 bad roll. That's 2 bad rolls. He has failed, and he is sent away. But we do get a point for woodsman. I just have too much fatigue right now. He is exhausted. Yeah, he has moves in whatchamacall. Oh, Geraldo's game. Open the vault of the Crypt of the Night. Funny. I don't think anything appears anywhere. Smoke M can't draw anymore. Done and done. It's day 13, and we do get 2 monster rolls today, so that is something to consider. The elf does get another quest, and it's locate the lair. Yeah, all his magic hits are exactly the same, yes. Locate the lair sort of sucks because we know where the lair is, and it's on the opposite side of the high pass, which does not... Yeah, ugh, okay. Which is gross, a little bit. Wisp Guide is fatigued, of course. Done. Obviously, we'll hide. We are going to search 3 times, rest once at the pool, and see what we come up with. The dwarf is going to move 1. And then he's going to rest, I think. He's going to move. And then he's going to rest. No one's touched the lair. No one's touched the lair. We got... The lair's up here. The elf could get to the lair by enchanting, so that is true. And he might do that. So we're going to go and rest. And the necro bot here is going to go... he is friendly with the rogues, I believe. No, he's not. He is not friendly with the rogues. He did not do anything. He is still mostly neutral. He is going to hide and then move to the inn. Done. And we are done. And it is day 13. And we get 2 monster rolls. We cannot roll doubles because of the card. We get 6 and 2. Okay. Yeah. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. We are done. We have to end our day there, so we got to not get chased out. We can be hidden. We are hidden, so we can't be chased out. So we're going to gamble tonight. The elf is going to hide because he can. He does. He is going to search the pool 3 times. The pool has 9 treasures in it. Fatigue each draw. He gets the third card. The Garb of Speed. This is actually worse for the elf. He does have to fatigue. So that's 1. He'll fatigue. This is going to be 2 fatigues. He gets the second card. The Girdle of Energy. Also sort of shitty for the elf. And the third draw. I mean, it's all gold. It's all fine, right? He gets the Potion of Energy. Jeez, oh man. Of all the things to get, there's no time the elf's going to ever play 3 asterisks. There's no time the Garb of Speed works for him. It's worth $29. And there's no time that that actually also works. So this is worth $34 for him. But yeah, he does have to fatigue 3 asterisks. How do you feel like biological computing? If we can create a computer that reaches human levels of sentience out of brain cells, can it have a soul? I mean, I don't particularly believe in a immaterial soul anyway. So I would say that question is irrelevant, actually, Dustin. That souls are, you know, sort of a means of us perceiving, explaining consciousness. Do you consider it alive? Now that is different. That's an interesting question. And the answer is, I suppose I don't know, right? Like if you, I mean, you could talk about consciousness even with a, you know, right, with a, not a biological computer, with a, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3. So we fatigued 3. And it is the dwarf's turn. Oh, and he's going to move. Oh, was he already moved to 1? No, he was here. So he's going to move and then rest. Yeah, move. So I moved him accidentally. Imagine growing. So we're going to rest 3 times. For the dwarf, the moves aren't as important as the fights. So we're going to go 1, 2, and 3. Done. And that is our dwarf. And we do not give him extra asterisks. We don't double his rests. That's primarily because his short legs power is so bad that's the compensation they gave him. Since we made it a lot better, we do no longer give him the double rest. So the dwarf is done. So I think everyone's done today. I don't think anything is going to appear anywhere. The warlock does have to gamble. Does he have any money? Oh, the necromancer has no money right now. Oh, shit. So what we're going to do is at the end of the day, we're going to turn in all these, not this one, but we're going to turn in Locate the Vault and Geraldo's Game and burn them. And we're going to draw 2 more quests. But I mean, that's the age old question, right? Like, you know, it's the Russian box question. It's the you know, take an LLM. If you can talk to something and it gives correct responses, does it understand? Like, what's understanding, right? If something behaves exactly like it's alive, a visitor appears. Well, that's okay. Since we can move a visitor here, we're going to actually move a visitor in. And we don't like the warlock. Any unplaced visitor. So, but, okay. But we're going to move the warlock in, I suppose. That is going to allow us to return this to a visitor to trade the card for a potion. That potion's going to be worth $6, which we're going to use later to sell. And it is a 4. Dragon scales, your skin becomes armor. That's actually really shitty. I would have thought that the dwarf fight with fatigued to death. Oh my goodness, that would have been so funny. Yes, fatiguing to death would have been a little hilarious, but suck. But yes. So we did roll a 4. We do have dragon scales. But it's an interesting question, right? If something behaves like it is alive, or behaves like it understands language, or behaves, and we have to roll like what, a day or two? We have to roll 2 days, I think, for our guard here. Probably 3. Yeah, he's gonna go back at some point, so we're just gonna drop him back there. Like, does it understand, or is it good enough that you can't tell, right? If you have to behave like it understands, or you have to behave like it's alive, because that's the way, right? There's that concept of intentionality. So when you play a machine at chess, you don't think, well, does this thing actually understand chess? Does it care about chess like I do? I don't care about chess, by the way, but if you cared about chess, like, does it give a shit about chess? Does it know chess? Has it? And the answer is, it doesn't matter. You must play it as though it's a chess player, right? Even if it's just going through equations, does that matter? That's right. That's the question. The question is, what does it mean to understand? Do you understand? Or are you just going through equations that are just so sophisticated that they include this concept of self? Now, I don't think ChatGPT or Claude or whatever has a concept of self. Those things don't learn. They are trained. Those models are trained, but those models do not adapt over the course of time. Once they're trained, they go out. And yeah, you can change the inputs. And that's all. Like, Claude just changes the inputs. When I tell it about Magic Realm, it just changes the inputs to include what I tell it. And thus the most common or frequent or likely tokens thus have to do with Magic Realm. But it's not going back and making new neuron connections in its network that then allow it to play Magic Realm better. So it's not learning and thinking in the same way that perhaps we are. Neither's the chess program, but there's that level of intentionality there that the best way to deal with it is to just pretend that it behaves at that level, right? Like, we could literally think about computers at the atomic level, but that doesn't help us. We actually think about computers at a high level of abstraction. Something is making a weird clacking noise, which is making me a little nervous. But like, is something going to fall? Anyway, but you don't think of it. You actually it is more efficient to deal with it at the higher level of abstraction. And so there is a point at which you could create a computer or a bio or whatever it is, an entity or whatever, that behaves in such a way that you might as well pretend that it's alive, because that's the most efficient way to deal with it. And at that point, does it matter? I don't know. Actually, I don't have, these are philosophers' questions, which when I was taking that college course, I never thought would matter. I thought, oh, this is all fun, but it's sort of bullshit. But then the answer is, oh my God. I mean, math has been so successful at giving us insight into the universe that at what point does it just go, well, it's just running equations, but that might be good enough. We have come to day 14, by the way. There's purple magic in every clearing. We are going to roll 2 dice today also for what is the elf doing? I think the elf hides. So the pool's the only place the elf can be just caught out. So it does behoove him to not be here today, frankly. Today is the shitty day for the elf. He could do the riddle game. He could try to score that damn game. He could hide. He could search, rest, and then move out to the Nut Woods. Done. Maybe he does that. The dwarf is going to hide, of course. Move into the goblins. And he could hide twice, because he does have no, he could not hide twice, because he only has an extra move if he's in the cave, and he won't be in the cave. So he can move, hide, move, and then do a thing. Assuming, of course, that he is hidden. If he's not hidden, he's screwed. But he's got to do it. And it might behoove the dwarf to not go in on day 7. Right? It might behoove the dwarf to go, nah, I'm good. I'm just going to hide and then rest. And then tomorrow I'll go in. Way safer. And then the warlock is going to hide, rest, trade. He's going to rest some of these chits. He's going to sell his potion. He's going to then gamble it. Done at the end of the day. We've got 2 dice today. It's 1s and 2s. So the wood folk are going to come home. And all the killed dragons, which are only 2 of them, and the company's going to come home. We had so many natives on the board because we drew all the cards which put natives out and so on. It was pretty wacky. And so we are done. And we have the dwarf first. The dwarf's going to hide and then rest 3 times. I mean, it barely matters. 1, 2, 3. Is he hidden? It sort of matters because the dragons are coming. I'd rather not. Like those dragons, I don't necessarily want to fight right now. He is hidden, but he does draw them, and he gets smoke. 2 dragons. He could probably kill those for 15. Warlock is going to hide, or not the warlock. The necromancer does not hide. So that could be an issue. Doesn't hide. He is going to rest 2 times. He is going to trade once with the rogues. He will check to see what they have. Oh, we know what they have. I am going to just sell the potion for 6. Which I do have to at least roll to not get trouble. He can't do it. You just can't, he can't do it. He's fine. He can sell for 6. He's going to sell this potion for 6 gold. That gives him 6 gold. He is done. The elf is going to hide. It's vaguely important. He fails the hide. He is going to search 2 times, drawing from the pool. Gets the Dragon Fang necklace. Ooh, once per evening, control any dragon, can be broken. That's fascinating for a couple reasons. 1, there's purple. 2, the dragons are coming. He does have to fatigue. I think we're going to have to fatigue magic right now just because. He gets another roll. He's getting the 3rd card. Phantom Glass. And it is a great treasure. The elf is going to score a point, points there because he does have the first grade treasures. It does sometimes seem like one guy starts getting all the categories. And so he's up to 8 points today. In the meantime, though, the dragons are going to avoid the dwarf and jump the elf. The elf does rest, though, before that, so he's going to get one of these back. He'll take the fight M3. And we are done. And it is a fight. Okay. One of these guys goes on our guy. One of these guys comes on us. But I mean, we're going to cast this. We have purple. We're going to cast this. And he is going to come off our sheet. And become a buddy tomorrow. Or today. Well, now, effectively. In the meantime, though, this guy does have to live. And let's see, like, does that count as casting? I would assume that it sort of does. So I started getting back into that war game that I was writing and starting to do some of that again and clean that up. I always hate to do that. Like, I don't mind doing those on stream, but I always feel like I am causing people pain because no one really wants to watch that. Dragon Fang Necklace can be played exactly like an artifact to cast the spell. Can only be played once per evening. Its spell has a completion time of 0. Yep, he gets them. Done. But yeah, okay, that's fine. But he casts, so he can't attack also or do all that crap. He has to cast it like an artifact. Done. This guy does have to survive 1 round with the dragon without any assistance. 4. He's not going to do it. Unless the dragon flips. He doesn't flip. He eats him. He's dead. Done. Another rogue bites the dust. So now we're going to obviously put the dragon on the dragon sheet. I am going to ready my weapon. I'm going to flip this bad boy. I'm going to shoot the dragon like that with whatever. Done. They can either kill each other or I can kill them or everybody misses. Let's roll for our dragon here. He gets a 2, so he's going to go to the bottom. Does he flip? He doesn't. Do I kill him? I need a 1 or a 2 to kill him. No, that's a 3. That's equal damage, and that only does light star with armored dragon. So that's 1 round where nothing happens. This is going to be the 2nd round 6, he's going to go to the bottom again. Does he flip? He doesn't flip. Do I kill him? Come on. 4. No, I don't think so. I think that's -1 again. And -1 level is light star, medium again. So that is 2 misses. Yeah. And we're done. So we have a controlled dragon till the end of the day. And that dragon is here on us. Done. And I think that's it. We do have to gamble at the end of the day. So first thing is first. Hold on, give me a second. We are neutral with the rogues. Let's roll for that. He can actually fly on the dragon tomorrow. We get a 4 no deal. So now it's time to gamble. We're going to bet our $6 entirely, and then we're going to roll. And we get a 3. We win 2 times our bet. So we get $6. We bet $6. We get 12 more bucks. Done. So we actually get plus 12. We score gambler. Rogues are our friends now. And we have 18 bucks today. So we get a card. That's 4 cards. 18 bucks gives us second place in money. Stealing that point from the dwarf. And the score becomes 8-6-1. And I do have 2 cards to pick. We're going to get woodwork. We're going to get danger sense. And I think that's it. I think that is the end of our week. The Necromancer's in good shape, but still needs to frickin' rest up. Like he is so resty, if that makes any sense. Like, it is very difficult to get him. But he is he's friends with the rogues. That's actually sort of important in a weird way. Because he gambled. So obviously the dwarf needs to dive into these caves and try to get past these goblins. Done. So that is going to be his thing. Then he can probably get the damsel. He can probably get the dead adventure. He can probably loot the horde. He has consult demon. If the demon shows up, he can get another point. There are 3 points in those caves for the dwarf. That's what he's going for next time. The elf does need to, though he's scored, he's now stuck with a lot of stuff that he doesn't know the location to. So he's about to stall out. But he can fly tomorrow. So as long as he does not end a phase with that extra dragon, he's got one. So there's nothing saying that he could not fly over to the cliff, say, and start doing exactly what we talked about with the magic carpet in enchanting those tiles to make purple in there. He has one dragon that he can pop every time and fly out of there. So it looks like the elf's going on a ride the next week. And we're looking to get the dwarf smith, and we're looking to fly him back to the house or the guardhouse. He has purple. He does not have purple. Nope, that is not purple. That is I need purple. That is not a source of purple. Yeah, no, that is there is that is I need purple. The other one, the one that is smoke, is purple. Nope, not it's not a source. It is not a source and also a thing. It is typically one or the other. Yeah. The one that's a smoke chit is the source of purple. The essence. I was looking it up. The dragon essence is the source of purple magic. So having both of those would be incredible. I've only seen that like once or twice in the entirety of Magic Realm. So I think that's where we're going to call it on day 14. So this can go away. It'll be day 15 when we come back, of course. All those are still in play. Everybody's sort of wiped out, tired, except for the dwarf. So we do need a little bit of resting. And we'll see how it goes here in the coming days. So I will try to get this in play here in the next few days. I do have to finish Claude plays, although that's going to be sort of easy. Hopefully he just walks to the cliff and finishes his thing and gets 10.5 points, which is not terrible. And then otherwise, we'll see what the schedule is. Schedule's going to be rough this next week or two because of just other engagements. So don't expect too much coming out of here. But I'll try to get some videos posted. I actually had an interesting thought about and an interesting thought having watched like an old school guy, old school D&D player guy bitching about some new school D&D player. So I thought that was an interesting topic. So I'll maybe try to talk about that too. So in any case, Rob, thank you very much. I do appreciate when you come in and start chatting. Dustin, I love the question, by the way. That is super interesting question. Next time we should think about it, and you should tell me what you consider, what you think, because I'd be interested to hear. Arthur, good to see you again, of course. Michael, it's good to see you. You're gone, of course. Christian, Scott, hopefully we can talk. Nutmeg, thank you for carrying the chat early on, and I will talk to you all later. Have a good night and a good rest of your week. This has been Magic Realm, random game, and I thought a very eventful 2 weeks. So, cool. Thank you, guys. Talk to you.